Welcome, hoş geldiniz. Welcome to the Turkish Airlines series, where we uncover transformative power of travel and storytelling. And we're blessed to have one such magician with us today. So picture this: Tristan Zhou standing on a rooftop in Tokyo, camera in his unwavering hand, as the city's neon lights flicker to life, a single shot capturing the heartbeat of a metropolis. This is the magic he brings to life, and today we're going to dive into and uncover his journey. Tristan is a photographer and a filmmaker whose cinematic storytelling blends the vibrant energy of urban cities with the tranquil beauty of natural landscapes. Raised across Tokyo, Shanghai, and San Francisco, he brings a multicultural perspective to his craft. Today, we'll dive into the joys and challenges of life on the road, explore the art of visual storytelling, and learn how Turkish Airlines connects creators like Tristan to the world's most captivating destinations. Tristan, welcome to the series. Welcome to Istanbul.
Yeah.
Hoş geldiniz. In Turkey, hoş geldiniz. It means welcome.
How should I reply to that?
You say hoş bulduk.
Hoş bulduk.
No problem. Welcome. So we are thrilled to have you here. And I guess the first question, obvious question to ask is, what inspired you to pursue photography and filmmaking?
Yeah, so I grew up really liking visual art when I was very young, and I was my mom told me, I kind of forgot this part of my life, but my mom was telling me when I was very young, I always picked up the camera and shoot around. And by accident, I actually won an award, which my mom submitted. So that kind of inspired me to pursue this as a career. And when I was a kid, when I was around high school, I played a bunch of video games, and then I wanted to make videos about me playing the video game. So I started, learning about video editing, and then I fell in love with that. So I wanted to be a filmmaker. So I went to film school, and I learned how to use my camera, how to film, how to take photos, and naturally I started doing that.
So you've always looked at life through a lens.
Yeah.
You've always had a piece of hardware between you and the perspective. So how do you know what's a captivating scene and what's just another scene?
Yeah. So I think I developed this eye that, I always see. When I see something, I will always try to, see it through my lens. Like, for example, if I'm holding a camera, how would I capture it? How would I this focal length, that focal length, this camera setting? So I think naturally, I did this for long enough, so it kind of became like that. So it's hard to, I think it's good and bad. Sometimes I spend too much time focusing on that, so I kind of, lost that connectivity with real life. And
you've got a real multicultural background though. I mean, all these places, Tokyo, San Francisco, Shanghai, how have those conspired together to bring a unique story through you?
So I think coming from the multinational background, I think the way I frame stuff and the way I see stuff are different. For example, the way I color grade my images, my videos are more Western, but the way I capture it, the subject I'm interested in are kind of more Eastern. I like symmetrical stuff. I like tempos. I like,
So if you like, the cultural, the emotional side is from the East, but the rational side in terms of structure post-shoot is from the West. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've got another question here then. Is there a single travel moment that defined you, that said, this is it, I know now I'm going to be a travel photographer, I'm going to be a travel filmmaker?
Yeah, I think so I was born and raised in Tokyo, but I went to US when I was pretty young. So I actually have never filmed or shot anything in Japan. So I've seen like the content or like images from Japan everywhere on the internet. I always wanted to recreate that. So when I first got back to Japan in 2018, after living in the States for decades, so then I was like, I think that's the defining moment, because it's like going back home and capturing it through my lens, and then whatever I've learned throughout my journey.
So where is home for you? I mean, is it San Francisco? Is it China? Is it Japan? Where is it?
That's a very tough question, because I've always had this, because I can't find my root, because my parents are Chinese, but I was born in Japan. I went to the US. So I call myself Chinese American, but it's pretty difficult now.
Okay.
On the road.
So Tristan, what's a typical day like for you on the road? You've got your cameras. What's a typical day?
I'm very greedy in terms of travel. I want to hit all the spots. I want to, sunrise, sunset, all the experiences, all the nice food, meet everyone. So it's a typically very long day, lengthy.
So as a cinematographer, as a photographer, filmmaker, are you following the light? Do you wake up with the light and then go to sleep with the light?
Naturally, yes.
Is that how it works?
Yes. Sometimes in the winter, the sunrise is very late, so I get sleep more. But sometimes in summer, let's say for places like Japan, sometimes sunrise is 4 a.m., so I have to.
That's fantastic. And how does Turkish Airlines and their global connectivity support your creative lifestyle, your need to create?
Yeah, they have multiple destinations in the world. They have lots of fleets, so I can go wherever I want with Turkish Airlines.
When you're choosing a destination, what makes a destination compelling from your perspective?
I tend to try to find the hidden gems, that places I've never been to, the experiences I've never had. That's because I've been to a lot of places, but nowadays that's my focus now.
So give us an example of a place that made you pause and reflect, that really took your breath away. Give us an example.
Yeah, so this year I spent a lot of time in Japan, and when talking about Japan, people are always like Tokyo or Kyoto or like Mount Fuji, for example. But I went to Kyushu, like the southern part of Japan. It's like an island, and did like a whole road trip around the area. And then that was a very nice experience, and not too many tourists there.
And was that in a rural setting then?
Yes.
What's the difference for you visually? I mean, other than the obvious, between the rural and the urban.
Mm-hmm.
When you're looking through the lens, do you consider it differently?
Yeah, it's way different, because urban settings, we see skyscrapers, busy street, a lot of people. I mean, that was the subject I was very into when I first started my photography journey. But I slowly accepted more kind of genre, and then started pursuing it more. I during COVID, I was stuck in Seattle, Washington State, where I live now, where I used to live. I live in Tokyo now, but yeah. So I shot. There was like a snow mountain there, Mount Rainier, very beautiful. But I've never taken a look at it. But so I was stuck there for COVID. So like I started to appreciate the beauty around me, to go pursue more nature. That's why I took on this road trip in Japan.
Okay, so there was the rural started to really talk to you.
Yeah.
Interesting. What camera do you use? Cameras differently depending on rural or urban?
Not really. I think this code, I don't know who said it, but the best camera is the camera that you have with you. So
that's a great quote. Now, when you've finished your shoot, you're exhausted, you're just about to go home, be it Washington State or Tokyo or wherever it might be. How does the Turkish airline facility, the business class lounges, those kind of things, how do they help you with your work?
Yeah, they're awesome. I can get relaxed, I get to get refreshed, go to the next destination without any hustle.
So we're here, Turkish Airlines. I mean, what's one memorable Turkish Airlines destination? There are 400 or more. So what's one very memorable Turkish Airlines destination you would recommend to aspiring photographers?
Coming from outside, I would definitely say here, Istanbul.
Istanbul is the queen of cities.
Yeah.
This is the crucible of civilization. So
yeah.
So why Istanbul?
Because the airport is awesome, and then the city. Look at this, beautiful setting.
It's extraordinary. The old with the new.
Yeah.
But are you looking for that contrast, the juxtaposition in your work?
Yeah, I do.
When you look for that, what are you looking for? Known history, if you like, celebrity landmarks, or are you looking for compositions that others may just not see?
I think I tend to try to capture the landmark because as a travel photographer, I kind of have to include some of the landmarks into my photography, but most of the content or like the images, they're like already overdone, oversaturated on the internet. So like I try to find my own perspective to shoot it. And then, the contrast between old and the new is the one that I typically go for.
And do people get in the way of your photography, or are they part of your photography?
They're part of my photography, yeah.
So you incorporate
definitely
the people with them.
Yeah.
And what's that like in Turkey? Are people interested? Are they trying to get involved, or do they tend to stand back?
I think it really depends. But most people in Japan, they're too busy to like even notice you with the camera. They're on the street. They're not like they're not gonna assault you if you get really close and
work that way.
Yeah.
So I've got this now. What advice would you give to? I mean, there are going to be aspiring photographers watching this. They're going to be interested in you inspirationally in terms of the journey of becoming a travel photographer. What advice would you give them on combining travel with that craft?
I would say just don't wait, just start now. A lot of people were actually DMing me on social media asking me, oh, how should I start? I don't live in a big city. I don't have this fancy camera with me, but none of that matters.
What are your must-pack items for living on the road as a travel photographer? What do you have to have?
I have to, back then I would probably have said a camera, but phone nowadays.
Well, that's kind of a given.
Yeah. Phone nowadays they do a really good job. So
what's a top tip though? Somebody's trying, they're thinking about it, they're just doing it, as you said.
Yeah.
What is the must-pack item they might not realize they need with them?
I think it's their mind.
Okay.
Yeah, the mindset to see the difference, see the world, find the beauty.
And how do you balance then that mindset, seeing the beauty, while at the same time staying in the moment, not just capturing a moment?
That's a very tough one. I'm struggling that myself as well. But try to not to get there's always a better shot to be taken. So don't I think one quote was done is better than perfect. So don't chase the perfect shot. Just get the shot you like, and then
so
enjoy the moment.
Done is better than perfect.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great quote, not just for photography. That's a great quote for life. Okay, what's the one underrated travel hack that you use that you would like to share, particularly in your lifestyle, in your context?
Yeah, I think it should be the way to get over jet lag.
Oh,
I've
wait, hang on, Tristan. Yeah. Where have you come from today to be here now in Istanbul?
Tokyo.
And how long was that?
14-hour flight.
So where are you now? Are you sleepy time? Are you wakey time?
I'm actually okay. I'm a sleepy time right now, but the flight I picked was a perfect time for me.
How did that work? Tell us about it.
Yeah.
Get on the flight. What time is it?
Around 10 p.m.
10 p.m. and then
landed here. 14-hour, but landed here local time 5 a.m. So
Okay, so you slept.
mhm.
And was it comfortable?
Yeah, very comfortable.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, for
Did you
sure.
feel refreshed?
Yeah.
Welcome to the Queen of Cities.
Mhm.
That's the way. What excites you most about the future of travel and creativity?
I'm very excited to, like, for me personally, I'm very excited to go like different places, the places I've never been to, and then because I really like everything is so advanced right now, so I can I can share everything instantly, and then I get most of the flights. Turkish Airlines have Wi-Fi, so I can stay connected.
Tristan, are you the writer, the producer, the director, and the lead actor in all of your movies?
Yes, I do everything myself.
So, what advice then would you give to aspiring travelers and creators, bearing in mind the way in which you look through a lens?
I think I get asked this a lot, but my one and only advice for whoever is aspiring, creators, photographers, whatnot, travelers, I don't know. But yeah, just do it.
Just do it.
Don't overthink it.
And Tristan, you've been here now in Istanbul a while. You've been here before. What's the single most compelling, alluring, magnetic story about Turkey, about Istanbul that you love?
I love the culture. I love the richness of the culture. I love the sea. I love the mosque. I love pretty much everything here.
It is a beautiful place. Oh. What about the people? How much interaction have you had here with Turkish people?
Actually, not much, because I went straight to the
Tristan, you got to meet Turkish people. You got to get out there. Turkish people are the
Yeah.
best thing about Turkey.
Oh, but yes, they're very nice.
Yeah.
I was so there are lots of cats. I'm a very cat person, so I was taking picture of the cats on the street, and then Turkish person was getting cats' attention for me to take pictures.
Oh, that's very good.
That was very nice.
But how did they get the attention?
They were like, I calling them.
Perfect. Okay. How many times before have you been to Turkey?
First time ever.
Is this the first time?
Uh-huh.
Well, of course you don't know that many people.
Uh-huh.
Well, Tristan, my advice is get out there, meet these people.
Yeah.
Because they're the most fantastic people. When you're thinking about photography then, when you're looking at the frame, how much does the frame influence the picture?
Very much.
Talk me through that.
For me now, the photography or videography is all about the framing and lighting. So framing is one of the most crucial aspect of it.
Well, so for example, if you're shooting, it's going to be on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
Would you consider that differently to if you were doing something for Snapchat or TikTok or?
Yeah, I consider the form factor, let's say vertical. I don't like, if it's on social media, I don't shoot landscape. I always shoot like portrait style, like vertical. So that's one thing to be considered. And yeah. So when I frame it, I'll frame it vertically.
Okay. And when you're looking at the crop, are you considering what's outside the crop as well as what's inside?
Yeah. So I always tend to shoot more than I would actually showcase at the end. So like I had more room to work with.
So how much does does the moment travel in the photo? What I'm talking about is magnum photographers are
Right.
for example, famed for just snapping and not messing with it at all.
Yeah.
Do you follow a philosophy like that, or is yours the destination? In other words, the end frame is more important, if you like, than the moment.
My photos are more designed. I'm
So you're
Yeah.
curating
Yeah.
pictures.
so more I know what I would get, not like more like versus the moment. I'm trying to curate or try to create the image that I have in my mind. So I always, for example, I want like a moment, like a fisherman fishing with like a boat in the background and the sunset and the seagulls. I wait for that moment, but I have my frame set. I'll just be there for the
Okay.
moment.
Do you ever incorporate other photos together post-event? Do you merge images to create a final composition?
Yeah, I've done a lot of those.
Okay. Is that cheating?
Not really. I call it digital art. So like, cause it's the vision I have in my mind. One of my most famous photograph is the one that I edited the street in San Francisco, and I stitched it together with the drone shot I took, so it looks like an infinite road.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so these images then you're not opposed to playing with an image afterwards, as long as the effect for the viewer is the effect you're trying to give.
I always view photography as a medium to express my mind, my creativity, my art. So I don't, I have nothing to oppose against, documentary or like the capturing the moment, Magnum photographers. I love them, I appreciate them, but this is my art, my way of.
What about black and white versus color?
Color for me.
So it's always, in fact, this leads us beautifully into quick fire questions. Okay, in fact, we'll start with that question. I'm going to ask you fast questions. You're going to answer with one word. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Black and white or color?
Color.
What's the most photographic destination you've ever visited?
Tokyo.
Urban skylines or natural landscapes?
Urban.
What's your favorite soundtrack to your favorite memory? I know that's a bit of a sidewinder because we're talking about photography and soundtrack. I understand,
Yeah.
but you're a filmmaker. So,
Yeah.
what's your favorite soundtrack?
Okay.
Okay, we'll come back to it.
Okay.
What's your favorite memory?
Favorite memory, going back to Japan.
Favorite soundtrack with that memory?
I forgot the name of the track.
That's the beauty of photography. You can take the picture and you'll never forget it. Go on, help us. Favorite soundtrack. You got to come up with one.
Yeah. Okay. One Summertime.
Beautiful. Okay, now, if you could only shoot black and white, where would you go?
New York.
What's the strangest item in your travel kit?
I don't think I have any.
I thought you were going to share a super strange one because the anticipation was so great. Okay, no worries. The weirdest, not the strangest. Okay, the most unusual.
I have different suitcases organized for different occasions. I just pick one.
Do you organize them by size?
Yes.
Perfect. Perfect. What's your star sign?
Virgo.
Virgo. Perfect. Thank you. Tristan, thank you. Tristan, your stories remind us that travel isn't just about the places we go. It's about the connections we make and the stories we tell after visiting those places. So thank you for sharing your incredible thoughts and journey with us and the creative insights that you've left us with today. Your stories remind us how travel fuels inspiration, connection, and creativity. So to our listeners, we hope Tristan's adventures and creativity have inspired you to embrace the beauty of exploration. Whether it's the vibrant skylines of Tokyo, the beaches of Antalya, or anywhere in between, there's a world of stories waiting for you to be captured. And remember, with Turkish Airlines, flying to more countries than any other airline, your next transformative journey is just a check-in away. Thank you for turning to this episode of the Turkish Airlines series. Discover your own transformative journey with Turkish Airlines, and where will your adventures next take you? Until next time, thank you, Tristan. Thank you. Keep exploring, keep creating, and always widen your world. Safe travels, my friends.
Thank you.